So today I'm going to show you some of the best PvE loot spots that players keep ignoring in Ark Raiders. So these are locations that I find a lot of people tend to just ignore or walk by or not even know about. So let's hop right into it. So to start this one off, we are going to be coming here to the South Trench Tower, which a lot of people don't come to if they don't have a key. But you can actually get into these buildings even if you don't have a key. All you need is a zip line or a snap hook to get up on top of the roof. Once you get up on top of the roof, there actually is a little entrance in here to get down into the room. You just got to be careful of some of the archers do spawn in here. So we are indeed on a staggered raid here, and as you can see, this has been unlooted. Not much people come to this location as they always think that you need a key to get in. Not only is there a bunch of containers that spawn down here, we just got, let me go back and pick that up. I actually didn't even click it. Got a silencer 3 out of that one. Ideal. There also is a ton of lootable containers in here, but not only that, there actually is some loot back up on the roof as well. I'm going to show you exactly where it spawns. So if you come back up onto the roof here and come around on the right hand side, come over this way here, like so, there actually is a chance of an ammo box spawning here, but also a weapon crate. And not only that, if you come onto this building here, set another zip line onto the other building, which is the North Trench Tower, make your way across like so. If you come to the very back of this building, drop down here, there's a weapon crate that spawns in here. As I said, we're on a staggered raid, and this hasn't been looted. Now you can indeed come into this building, come downstairs here as well, and loot up this building. 14 minutes left in a PvE lobby, and there's still stuff to be looting on this side, which is very rare, as you know how PvE lobbies go. So another loot spot that a lot of people are missing out on Buried City is if you come to the Piaza Aristo location, there actually is a pharmacy building there that you have to breach open the door, and there actually is some fantastic loot inside this building. So make sure you're looting up the container in here inside the doorway. Snap hook out of that one, not too bad. And now you can indeed be looting all the shelves as well, as there is some decent items on some of these shelves. But not only that, we actually do have some loot upstairs that is well worth looting up. Now at the top of this stairs there actually is a security breach container that I would recommend keeping an eye out for as well. It does spawn in the very corner upstairs. I'll show you exactly where she be. This is a very good loot room to come to on a staggered raid, or even if you get a spawn close enough to this location, as people rarely ever loot it. They're rarely ever looted in the lobbies I'm in anyways, so that's why I always tend to come here. So there's so much containers here that they do have some really good loot, so make sure you're checking up absolutely everything. And here you go, there's the security breach hidden away in the corner. Hooked away in there nicely. I don't know if much of you are still using security breach, but I definitely still am. So another loot spot that a lot of you guys are missing out on, and this one is right beside an extraction as well. It actually is the Red Tower right here. It's the Red Tower building on Buried City. So you make your way inside. Now first I like to check the table here, because there can be a spawn of some items on the table. Got our remote control, not the best, but it still spawns there, so I always check that table as well, as there can be a chance of a Lance's mixtape spawning there. Then when you make your way upstairs, there's actually a bunch of containers up here that are well worth looting up. Got some red coral jewelry there as well. Pick that up. Make our way over here and loot up these containers. Now there actually is a chance of a weapon crate spawning up here, and also a breachable security breach. So make sure to keep an eye out for that. There's 2 blueprints there, not too bad. 2 of the same one, but it's still 2 blueprints. That's 10k worth of loot. Yeah, right here the weapon crate will spawn, and the breachable container is also here as well. So keep an eye out for it. Also, if you make your way up onto the roof here, come over this side like so. Can indeed be more loot here. Some containers that you can loot up this side. And then we have another breachable container here. Get this one opened. Get a little bit of heavy ammo, we don't need that. That is the red tower on Buried City that you definitely should be coming to, that a lot of players are missing out on. So another room that so many people are running by on damn battlegrounds is this unmarked room down the very bottom of the map near the water towers. So there actually is an extraction point right beside this room. But not only is there a ton of red containers in here, there actually is a high chance of these containers spawning the magnetic accelerator. Not only that, there's also a high chance of Exodus models spawning in here. I always come to this spot if I'm extracting or if I've just spawned. I'll come here and I'll loot it up, and without a doubt I'll always pull out either Exodus models or the good old magnetic accelerators. Or if I'm lucky enough, I'll pull both of them out at once. So definitely don't be missing out on this location, as it is a really good location for spawning in them two epic items. There's been times where I've come to this room on a stagnant raid, or even at the end of a raid where there's only like 2 or 3 minutes left. This location hasn't been looted up. I go in, loot it up, pull out some magnetic accelerators, and also some Exodus models to finish off my raid. Really nice spot to come start or finish of a raid. And also you have the extraction right outside, which is very, very handy. Like 99% of the time I pull either of these items out of this room. I don't know if it's just my luck, but that is some pretty good luck to be consistently getting Exodus models and magnetic accelerators out of this one room. So another spot that you guys are definitely running by here on Buried City is right here near the hospital. All you need for this one is a zipline. You can indeed get up onto this roof from either side once you have a zipline, that is. Make your way up onto the very top of the roof. Then we're going to come right over here into this little hole in the doorway. First, before we go in, loot up the suitcase, see what we get. Make your way on in. There is a backpack that spawns here. Now there actually is a security breach. It does spawn in that corner right there. I love coming to this room on night raids or cold event, or the cold snap event raids. This is a very underrated spot in my opinion, but not only that, we don't just have there. This is why you need to bring 2 zip lines for this spot. Because once you climb up here, get your other zip line out. Gonna make our way over here to the next spot. Straight over there you're gonna go. There will indeed be another weapon crate that spawns over here. Now this room that's on top of the hospital actually has a good chance of spawning a weapon crate as well and a security breach, so make sure you're watching out for that. You can also make your way into the hospital like so. Very handy. So another building that a lot of people are missing out on their loot runs is just across here. So directly on my mark here, there is a building that a lot of people don't loot up, and it actually has some very good loot on it. So you all know about this building beside the abandoned highway camp. Has some great loot inside of it. But if you come around and make your way straight upstairs in this building, actually is a breachable door up here with some really, really good loot. You just have to be careful. There can be some pops and fireballs spawning up here. Nothing too crazy though. So as you see, breachable door, you want to get this one opened up. Make your way inside, and there is indeed a ton of loot that spawns in here. First of all, we're going to open up this backpack. Grabbed a few bits out of that. I like to do these 2 containers here at the door as well. Make sure you're looting up absolutely everything in here. This backpack behind me also does have a chance of spawning right there on the ground. And there is some containers back here that you definitely want to be looting up as well. Extended barrel blueprint, not too bad. That'll be going into my safe pocket, even though I already have it. Be giving that to some lucky raider. And the really good thing about this spot is you can actually just open up that window, hop out, and there's an extraction right at your feet.
Head home at the old town hatch.
Would you like an extended barrel blueprint?
What?
Do you need this?
Oh, yes, thank you.
No problem, man. Enjoy. So another spot that players keep ignoring that you definitely should be looting up is if you come down here to the east container yard, exactly where I am now, and you make your way down the very bottom down here, actually is a weapon crate that spawns down here. Right here in the corner. So for this next location, we're just in front of fuel storage here, right here on this little footpath. If you follow this down here like so, make your way down to this little mechanical ball thing, come down here to the very back of it, there is indeed a weapon crate that spawns down here. This is a very handy spot to be coming if you've just spawned on this side of the map, you're on a free loadout, or even if the Queen raid is on the map, you didn't really get much loot out of it and you're looking for some extra loot to get. It's handy to come here, pick it up, and then run to the extraction. So if you make your way towards the checkpoint area down here at the very bottom of the map, and you keep heading south out towards these little toll booths, you want to make your way out this way here like so. Come over here to this middle toll booth. There is indeed a weapon crate hidden away here. Right here in the middle is the one you want to be coming to. So another loot spot that you guys might be missing out on is if you come to the fuel lines here, you follow these down right towards the center. We're going to go here, the fuel lines. So you want to keep coming down here until you see this broken one that is flipped up this way. We're going to hop inside of it. There actually will indeed be a weapon crate hiding away in here. So if you make your way onto the very top of the departure building, there actually is a ladder on this side that you can climb up. But you come over here to this side, facing the northwest side, there actually is a backpack that spawns right here. So if you make your way here to vehicle maintenance, climb up on top of the roof here. I have a snap hook, so I'm going to snap hook up on top. Make your way up to the very top. There actually is a little doorway over here that does have some hidden loot. You come over here, open up this door, and inside there is indeed an ammo box or a backpack that does spawn in here. So another secret PvE friendly loot spot is if you make your way towards the rocket assembly building, climb up on this old roof here, make your way up to the very top, avoid the arc here and come down this way. Get another stim into us, make your way down to the very bottom down here. There actually is some loot down here on the very bottom. Climb up the scaffolding, climb up on top here, there's a grenade case, some loot. Not only that, if you drop down the back here, there actually is a bag that you can search up as well. So for another location here on Spaceport that you guys might be missing out on is the arrival building. A lot of people just go inside, loot up the arrival building, but they actually don't go onto the roof. But you're missing out on some loot if you don't go up onto the roof. So usually if I spawn near the backside here on the car park or fuel depot, I'll run over this way, climb up onto the top of the arrival building. There actually will be some loot up here. So there's a couple of different spawns here. We have an ammo box this side. We also have a weapon crate that can spawn right here. I'm going to show you that spawn right now. And then we have a medic bag as well. And here exactly is where the weapon crate spawns. Rent out of that, not too bad. So another loot spot that you definitely should be coming to, and all you need for this one is one power rod to get in here. So if you come to the power generator complex on Damn Battlegrounds, you make your way up this way here, there actually is a room in here that you can use this power rod to get into, and there is so many good containers in here. Now I love to come to this during a night raid or the cold snap event, as your loot is going to be doubled. But I'm going to show you here during the day, just to show you the room exactly where it is. So when you come in here, you just got to be careful of the arc that do spawn in this room. You can indeed open up this room right here with a power rod. Open it up, make your way in, and there's a load of red containers in here. Got a Vita spray off the chair there, not too bad. Loot up all these containers. Yeah, I much prefer to do this during a night raid, or even during an electromagnetic storm or a cold snap event. Now then, that's back. Now look at the loot I'm after pulling out there. That is some very good loot. That's why this spot is well worth coming to. And not only that, after you looted it, you can make your way out here, and there's so many breachable containers as well that have some decent craftable materials. Lots of sensors, processors, and heatsinks that spawn in here as well. Make your way down to the back of the room as well, where we just came in. There also is more breachable containers down here. Also a really good spot for getting them wires as well. As you know, wires are used to craft so many different things in the game. So that is all for now. I hope you enjoyed this bit of content, and I shall talk to you in the next one.